Sometimes our line types may need to go beyond simple dashes and text. In many cases, adding symbols to a line type can make it even more descriptive, especially when a line type needs to also specify a direction. In this lesson, we'll learn how to create complex line types that include symbols. On my layout, I've created some geometry that represents a custom line type. Let me mention that I've drawn this geometry at the same size that I want the line type to appear on the printed sheets. The first step in creating my line type is to convert this arrow geometry into a shape. I'll do that by selecting the Express Tools tab. I'll open the Tools panel and I'll select Make Shape. I'm going to save the shape file in the Exercise Files folder inside the Chapter 8 directory. I'll call this file Arrow. I will then give the shape itself a name. This is the name that AutoCAD will use to reference the geometry. I'll type Arrow and press Enter. Then I can enter a resolution. The higher the number, the closer your shape will match the original line work. 128 is usually fine, so I'm going to press Enter. I will then choose an insertion point. I'm going to select the midpoint between 2 points, and I'll select the end point of this line and the end point of this line. Finally, I'll select the objects that make up my shape, and I'll press Enter. Now that my shape's been created, I'm going to select this geometry and I'll press Delete, and then I'll replace it with the shape. I'll do that by typing Shape, and I'll press Enter. The shape name is Arrow. I will insert this at the midpoint between 2 points. I'll select the endpoint here and the endpoint here, and then I'll press Enter to accept the default height and rotation angle. As you can see, shapes are inserted just like a block. Now let's convert this geometry into a new line type. I'm going to open the Tools panel again, and I'll select Make Line Type. I'll save the line type file inside the Exercise Files folder, inside the Chapter 8 directory. And I'll call this file MyCustom2. If you worked through the previous lesson with me, feel free to add the code to the previous LIN file. My line type name is going to be STM. The description will be Storm Sewer. The start point of my line type will be the end point down here. The point at which my line type repeats will be the end point here. I will then select my geometry and press Enter. Let's back up a little, and I'm going to create a line segment. I will then select the line, and I'll assign it the new line type. Now that you know how to create complex line types, don't stop here. Try mixing dashes, text, and symbols in the same line type. With a little experimentation, you can create nearly any line type you can imagine.